Throughout the corridors of history, there exist a select few individuals who mastered the art of allure, using wit, intellect, and charm to captivate hearts and inspire tales that transcend generations. These men, part flesh and blood, part legend, have left an indelible mark on literature, art, and even our perceptions of romance. But who were they really? What made Don Juan, Casanova, Lord Byron, and others so irresistible? Let's dive into their worlds, unravel their mysteries, and understand why their stories still enthrall us today. We begin with Don Juan, a name so legendary, it's synonymous with seduction itself. Originating in 1630 from a play penned by Spanish writer Tirso de Molina, Don Juan Tenorio represents the ultimate libertine. Dashing and deceitful, he strides through life with a fearless bravado, seeking conquest after conquest wherever he roams. You might recognize his tale from Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's immortal opera, Don Giovanni, where his escapades unfold amidst haunting arias and dramatic confrontations. But Don Juan's story comes with a twist. His recklessness, his dismissal of consequence, often leads to tragedy. He defies morality and societal norms, embodying a spirit of hedonism, but at a cost. In most renditions of his tale, his fate ends in divine reckoning or poetic justice. He isn't just a symbol of pleasure, but a stark reminder of its fleeting nature. Giacomo Casanova. The name alone evokes visions of masked balls, secret notes passed at candlelit dinners, and whispered conversations in moonlit gardens. Unlike Don Juan, Casanova wasn't a created literary character, but a very real man. An emblem of 18th century Venice, Casanova epitomized the Enlightenment's blend of intellect and indulgence. Born in 1725, Casanova was far more than just his romantic escapades. He was a polymath, writer, philosopher, and diplomat. His memoirs, aptly titled The Story of My Life, document not just his relationships, but the fabric of European society during his time. Through these pages, we glimpse his genius, his ability to understand people, to adapt, to connect on profoundly intellectual levels. This was his truest seduction, not a reliance on appearance, but his mastery of conversation, cultural awareness, and his uncanny understanding of human nature. He once said, "Love is 3/4 curiosity." And here lies the secret of Casanova. His seduction was not one-sided, but mutual. He ignited curiosity in others, invited them to uncover his layers while exploring their own desires. His stories remind us of a time when seduction was as much intellectual as physical. And then there was Lord Byron, a romantic rebel, born not of the imagination, but of a mind consumed by poetic genius. Byron, one of the most iconic figures of the Romantic era, was celebrated as much for his scandalous love affairs as his literary brilliance. Dubbed mad, bad, and dangerous to know, Byron's life unfolded as one extended drama. His work wasn't merely poetry, it was a reflection of his internal rages, his deep melancholia, and his yearning for unbridled freedom. In his epic poem, Don Juan, yes, Byron reimagined the legendary libertine. We see his wit and his deeper reflections on the pursuit of pleasure. Byron's seduction stemmed not from empty flattery, but from raw emotional vulnerability, paired with an almost magnetic overconfidence. His romances, from his rumored incestuous affair to his liaisons with married women, defied convention. Byron reveled in pushing boundaries, reveling in the intensity of experiences. Yet his complexity provides a sobering lens. The passion that made him irresistible was also his undoing. His short life, marked by scandal and emotional upheaval, reminds us of how deeply intertwined genius and chaos can be. But the world of male seduction doesn't end here. It's impossible not to mention names like Ernest Hemingway, a rugged, adventurous spirit whose charisma was as earthy and raw as his prose. Hemingway's romances were mirrors of his daring escapades, and his love affairs, like his hunting trips or wartime reporting, were imbued with a relentless hunger for life. And what of Gabriele D'Annunzio, Italy's poet-statesman? His commanding oratory skills and theatrical charm allowed him not only to influence lovers, but also entire political movements. He navigated the realms of art and power, crafting a reputation that blurred the lines between seduction and manipulation. Finally, we reflect on Oscar Wilde, not a seducer in traditional terms, but someone who seduced through wit and flamboyant personality, inspiring a kind of emotional devotion. Wilde's magnetism radiated not through convention, but through his unabashed individuality, which intrigued and captivated those who encountered him. So what is the lesson from history's great seducers? Seduction isn't merely in looks or rehearsed charm. It's in understanding human nature, in forming connections, inspiring curiosity, and embracing one's authenticity. These figures, though flawed, left us with valuable insights about the human condition. Their stories remind us, paradoxically, both of the spark of fleeting passion and the power of enduring charm. Which historical seducer enchanted you the most? Let's discuss in the comments.